Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever one it happens to be for you. I hope you are doing very well. So today I just want to talk about people being unhappy with Thomas Frank. I'm quite surprised by this because it seems to be that there was quite a bit of negativity around Frank. While I am disappointed with some of the games, the loss at home to Bournemouth, the draw with Brighton, and of course the draw with Wolves, I do feel like that these games will happen because he has only just come to Tottenham. It is going to take him a little while, and I just think that it's going to be a bit of a process, if you like. So I'm not really sure what people want. See me, I always said that Thomas Frank would get between 7th and 9th. I think that that was a reasonable expectation. So I didn't really rate the transfer window that highly, and that's why I think that my prediction is basically a bit not low, but reasonable. I think that between 7th and 9th would be an improvement on 17th, of course, and I think with the players that we got should be easily feasible. I have done a video about my thoughts on the transfer window. Now, if people's expectation is that, then like me, I'm going to say we've got to keep it obviously real, and I will stick to what I said. If he does better, fantastic, I'll be more than happy with that. And if he gets what I say, then I'm not going to be disappointed because that's what I expected. So it's a bit like expectations versus reality. And I think that if you have your expectations set in reality, then there's no problem. But if your expectations then basically become different because of the reality, then I just think that, yeah, it's not quite right, because then you're just retrospectively changing what you think. And things can change, I guess. But for me, I feel like that if you're realistic, then you'll say, actually, Thomas Frank has only just come. And whilst, like I say, it's disappointing, we are 4th in the league currently after 6 games. We have actually only lost 1 game. So I don't think that that is actually that severe. We're quite high in our goal scoring, and we still have got players to come back. So we have got Kulusevski to come back. He should be back. Dominic Solanke and Mawani, which will all help with the attacking part of the game, which I think is probably where we're lacking the most. But as I say, I just can't understand why people are getting on to Thomas Frank so severely. As I say, he is only new to Tottenham, new to the job, and I just don't get why people are getting onto him in such a way. I will always give a manager an opportunity, a chance, even though I wasn't very for getting rid of Ange Postecoglou as he did win us something. As soon as Frank has come in, I want him to do well, and I want him to prove that he can do well. So for me, that's fine. And I will be obviously saying I'm not sceptical, but I am sort of thinking, right, show me what you've sort of got. But I don't think that's a bad thing, because I would be like that with any manager. And he hasn't been in the job that long, and he obviously has only been previously at a place where the expectations are slightly different to Tottenham. So let's see if he can hack it, if the expectations have now obviously changed for him. So let's see what he can do. So I don't know, like I just feel like people are being so over the top with him, and I just don't really understand it. Like I'm a bit baffled by it. And games are going to be disappointing sometimes, and games aren't always going to go your way sometimes, and that is just football. We can't be expecting to win all games. We are going to lose games this season, and I understand it's obviously the manner in which you lose games, which is important. If you lose games when you're absolutely trying your hardest, then you don't feel so bad about that loss. And of course, with the Wolves game, it did seem like that second half, we weren't trying our hardest. We did seem a bit slow, sluggish, don't know, just completely off. Like we just didn't really try. And I get that. It's really disappointing. We did get a point, luckily. through Paulinia, so we still didn't lose the game. Other teams in the league haven't been playing at their greatest and still winning games as well. It is the very start of the league, it's just warming up, and I think you have to give him a bit of time. Patience is key, I think, and I know that a lot of people don't want to have patience, but I don't think you get anywhere by just throwing the baby out with the bathwater and saying everything's rubbish, let's just knock it all over, knock it all down. We have seen changes in the boardroom as well, so let's see what happens in January. As I say, we've still got players to come back, so let's see when they come back if this does make a difference, because we will be able to see how they are integrated into the team, what time that they get. So like I say, I think that we shouldn't really be throwing a bit like too much of a tantrum about it, but I have seen people do this, and for the life of me I don't really understand it. I think that we all want Tottenham to do well, but I don't think that getting upset over a draw, that sometimes does happen. Players sometimes don't play to their best, and like I say, this happens if you look around, all teams it happens to. And whilst I'm not making an excuse, and I do think Thomas Frank with the substitutions needs to be quicker sometimes and do a little bit more, maybe jiggling around, maybe tactically changing things a little bit more with the players that he's got. I think it is going to be a tiny bit harder, but as I say, you can't be judging him too soon. So yeah, that's my opinion. Please let me know your opinions and what you think, because like I say, I feel that it needs to be spoken about, because I don't understand where people are really coming from. I think that the keep calm and carry on is going to be my saying for much of this season. We need to keep calm and just like put up with some of these results until Frank really gets going with what he wants to do, and also get some more players in that perhaps he wants to work with. So yeah, as I say, let me know your thoughts. Take very, very good care of yourselves, and we'll speak again real soon.